Confucius believed that a person's later years are not defined by decline, but by refinement, a polishing of the heart, a deepening of wisdom, a slow return to the essence of who we truly are. He taught that maturity brings something no youth, no strength, and no ambition can replace: the quiet dignity of a life understood. And in your later years, you have the chance to live with a kind of grace that only experience can give. Grace in how you move, grace in how you think, grace in how you relate to others, grace in how you hold your past, and how you walk into your future. Confucius would say that the beauty of life is not found in what happens to you, but in how gently and wisely you respond. He taught that living well is not about perfection, but about harmony. Harmony with yourself, with the people around you, and with the pace of the world you now move through. As you grow older, your days may become quieter, your pace may slow, your relationships may shift, your responsibilities may loosen, and your heart may ask questions it never had time to ask before. Confucius believed these are not signs of loss. They are signs of awakening, because when the noise of life fades, your inner voice finally becomes clear. He said, at 60, the ear is obedient, meaning, at this age, the heart does not fight with the world anymore. It begins to understand it. You see what matters. You see what doesn't. You see what deserves your energy. You see what can be released. This is grace. Not the grace of youth, but the grace of wisdom. You may notice that the relationships you hold dear have changed. Some have deepened. Some have drifted. Some have ended naturally, as all things do, and some remain, but with a different shape than before. Confucius did not see this as something to mourn. He believed that relationships, like seasons, have their time, their rhythm, their natural boundaries, and he taught that true harmony comes not from forcing connection, but from honoring the connection that is real. If someone is distant, let them be distant. If someone is close, cherish the closeness. If someone misunderstands you, respond calmly, not defensively. If someone brings tension, step back with dignity, not anger. Confucius believed that a person who lives with grace knows when to speak and when to stay silent, when to hold on and when to let go, when to give and when to rest. He wrote, "The gentleman is calm and at ease," meaning the wise person does not rush, does not force, does not chase approval. Instead, they move with a steady heart. You may feel, at times, that the world around you is changing too quickly. Technology moves fast. Values shift. People seem less patient, less respectful, less connected. Confucius lived in a time when he felt the same. Society was unstable. People were scattered in their hearts. Respect was fading. Families were strained. And he taught that the way to respond is not with bitterness, but with clarity. Do not let the noise of the world disturb the peace of your heart. Your peace is not dependent on the world outside. It is built by the choices you make inside. Confucius believed that the heart of a graceful life is moderation, doing enough, but not too much, giving enough, but not everything. Caring enough, but not drowning in responsibility. Keeping your space clear, your mind centered, your spirit light. Moderation, he said, is what keeps the heart balanced and the days peaceful. He also taught that kindness is the foundation of a noble life. But kindness, for him, was not weakness. It was strength, a strength built on understanding rather than judgment. Kindness does not mean agreeing with everyone. It means responding without anger. It means seeing others as human beings, walking their own paths, facing their own struggles, carrying burdens you cannot see. Kindness, Confucius believed, is what keeps the heart soft, and a soft heart is a wise heart. As you grow older, your kindness becomes deeper, not because life is easier, but because you have learned what truly matters. Confucius would say that living with grace is not about pretending that everything is perfect. It is about choosing how you meet the imperfect. You meet it with patience, with humility, with calm strength, with gentle clarity. He believed that your later years are the time when you can finally be the person you always wanted to be. Someone wise, balanced, kind, and grounded. Not because you are trying to impress the world, but because you understand the world. One of Confucius's deepest teachings is that harmony begins within. If your thoughts are scattered, your life feels scattered. If your heart is unsettled, your days feel unsettled. If your mind is tense, your relationships feel tense. So he taught the importance of cultivating stillness in the mind. Stillness does not mean inaction. It means not letting your thoughts run wild, not letting worries take control, not letting regrets repeat endlessly. Stillness is giving yourself permission to rest, to breathe slowly, to sit quietly, to accept your life without harshness, to honor your past without clinging to it, to welcome your future without fear. Confucius believed that humility is another pillar of graceful living. Humility is not self-doubt. It is self-understanding. It is knowing your strengths without arrogance and your limits without shame. Humility softens conflict and deepens relationships. It allows you to listen instead of insist, to offer wisdom without forcing it, to step back without feeling small, to speak gently, choose carefully, and live calmly. He taught that the true measure of a person is not how loudly they speak, but how quietly they live. And in your later years, quiet living can become your gift, a way of bringing peace to everyone around you. Grace, Confucius believed, comes from simplicity. Simplicity in your home, simplicity in your schedule, simplicity in your relationships, simplicity in your heart. Letting go of unnecessary worries, unnecessary commitments, unnecessary things. When life becomes simple, the mind becomes open, the heart becomes light, peace becomes possible. He wrote, "Life is simple. It is we who complicate it. But at 60 and beyond, you finally know that simplicity is not a loss. It is freedom." Confucius would say that the later years of life are your chance to live with dignity, Not the dignity of status, but the dignity of a calm and steady heart. A heart that knows when to speak, when to listen, and when to let go. A heart that knows its own worth. A heart that is no longer shaken by every storm. A heart that chooses peace over pride, clarity over conflict, grace over anger. This is living well. This is living deeply. This is living with the quiet strength that Confucius admired. Your later years are not an ending. They are an awakening to gentleness, to wisdom, to harmony, to grace. Live them slowly. Live them lightly. Live them with the dignity of someone who has seen much and learned much and still chooses peace.